Oh, recording in progress. Don't miss it.
Okay, so that's cool.
Recording in progress.
And then the camera for like to see the class, to where the Zoom people can see the class. How do we do that? Because I'm gonna screen share too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Start video.
So, okay, start video.
We need an intern.
There we go.
Yeah,
Okay,
that-
so we just need to adjust it how we want it. I think that's good.
And you want to share the Zoom PowerPoint? I mean,
Yes. So
share screen, and you can select all the screens open once you click it, and
Everything has a lot of-
it'll be that one.
This one, launch meeting.
And then you'll just click on the end,
Okay, right here.
and then go into the Zoom call. Yeah.
Oh, and then do I have to stay on full screen? Go into the Zoom call.
Yeah, and then that one, and then share.
Go to the volume on hers.
Right,
Okay.
and that's
See how
something,
high
like,
up
you
it
know,
is.
I used to.
You don't have to stay full screen. I mean, just whatever you prefer.
Okay. So I'm screen sharing. Okay, so I can stop
Yes.
share for right now.
It's your screen sharing. You can stop if whenever you want.
And then mine's good too. Can I turn this one on and test it? Good?
Is it going?
It's not like, what time is it? Yeah,
100.
turn that down.
100.
Yeah.
Everything good
I
there.
think like 6 months later, I.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was like, boom, boom, boom. You know, and I've learned so much.
Still pretty loud?
Yeah, 30.
Okay. And then I'm gonna do a.
So many cords we're used to.
It's definitely, it's incredibly difficult because we don't have exposure. People aren't speaking in the communities, and it's also not necessarily invited into. You know, whenever I'm
So this is my computer?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank
It's
y'all.
just got a new charger.
Do you still
Oh,
want to know how to make breakout rooms? Was that
Um,
just Justin?
that was actually Reagan.
Great.
Reagan, you want to come over here and learn how to make breakout rooms?
Yeah.
That's kind of your thing. I'm not really.
Well, I mean, we could. Well, books.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be doing it.
Okay, Cassandra's. Someone else in the video.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want me to join so that we can.
Is it launch meeting?
Oh, no, let me see real quick. Usually it's right here, depends if it's in the settings or not. Hold on. I'll stop screen share real quick. And it starts at 5:30, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I might have to change the settings before.
Can I? Nachos. Matches and matches. You have to now. You gotta figure out what we're feeding you next week.
Go ahead and start a video.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got 30 minutes.
Yeah. you got time. Yeah, they're just. Yeah.
Okay. We have to set up with a breakout room ability.
Okay. You want one of us to join this one so that we can do, try the breakup?
Oh, I think we're good. Whoever this Cassandra person is, we can test that with whoever they are, and then we can sign them to a breakup. Yeah, I didn't see any of the children. Well, so Zoom. So we are the host.
You too.
Are you gonna get it squared away? Figure out your breakout room?
That's what we're about to do right now.
Okay. Deal. So they end up having to use your computer?
I actually don't know about that.
We got Stormies.
Or you got it working them?
Yeah.
Die? Find another charging source?
Yeah. The thing is, it was the charger she had doesn't have the power to charge it, so we got her one. We got her one.
You got a different charger?
Yep.
Okay. Good to know. We need to order a new charger. Oh, I'll be.
1 more minute.
Yeah, that's
What's the our Zoom login information? Like Zoom 2 or something?
why it's not working.
No, you can't make breakout rooms without host or co-host control. And I was gonna
I wouldn't
drop
I
in.
wouldn't even do the breakout right now.
I was gonna show them how to do it.
I have one test on your phone.
Yeah, I have it.
I do too.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I see it. Thanks.
Stephen dropped the admin commercial. I did.
Are you gonna, is this gonna be a hard class? No, Joe, no. Joe, Joe. Weekend.
Till weekend.
No, I'm just leaving. Said my mom on the spot. I only have 15 for top for today. And I was like, I wasn't sure what.
She said
I
that.
just went out.
So she should be able
I'll be
to
right
teach us.
Not sure she's out.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. So she, over there at work, they have, and this make it better. Because, that's what
Got Diet Coke from the words about the Diet Coke. Is there some Diet Coke? Oh, if you did, I'll make it one for everyone. Still going up there. Did not realize I was on camera when I was dancing and eating my husband. Fancy white chick. Honestly, it's a
No, I'm thankful you guys. Free, solar sheet on, I'm always solar. They're not pretty good. Sometimes it's like, oh, she has it. Oh, it's it.
Real mission on my way up in here. Let me down, it's not.
Oh, no. I is all over my shirt.
What kind of feel? Yeah.
What I want to do.
You got that, girl. That's what I'm saying.
From there. So I drove back here, I went to work, I went to the gym, and then I went to work. I know this one's lessons was again. Oh,
yeah, there's an album on the outside. I think that's what
when I got home, I'm back. Yeah, I said, I like got back and then you like left again. Sure you were.
So you all want to use breakout rooms for this, is that right?
I think Reagan knows. I really don't know. Yeah, she might want to set something up.
I would like to do that, yeah. I'll be right back to do that, okay?
Once I join, I can give Stormy host, or once I join, I can give Stormy host. And then I can, then you'll be able to make breakout rooms.
Yes. I didn't know. How are you? Have you met Bert? Bert, this is my mom, and Marcus. for snacks.
Gamak. Yeah, mom called it gamak. Mom called it.
You know, rock and roll, sometimes you just gotta put up on the word for a little bit. Cause it makes it.
You're doing good. You're doing good. I'm proud of you. And we'll go over all the phonetics too, and I'll let you guys repeat it too. So hopefully that'll take it in the brain.
Yeah, welcome. Y'all go eat some nachos if you're hungry.
Oh, no, it's still good.
Pencils or pens, I've got mechanical pencils, regular pencils, and a pen. I love taking notes. I don't know about y'all, and I love
Yep.
to scribble.
You know, we can find the Zoom link again. I was trying to join the meeting, and then we try to make, like, try to show you guys how to make the Zoom.
Lunch meeting?
Omaha State's officially.
Oh, no, you're already in the meeting.
Oh, you mean leave it?
No, that's the
You
current meeting.
just want this link?
Yeah, we'll see
Um,
in the email. That's what it is.
Got you. Here's the Zoom link. Oh.
It was on. Okay, it's not.
Thank you for helping us. Did your friend leave you?
Yeah, well,
Abandoned.
I mean, fair enough. I mean, it feels fine. That's what we need.
You're just dedicated like that?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, we appreciate it. You can have nachos if you want.
That's fine.
We'll award you with nachos.
I got nothing to do up here. I'll be working with kids and stuff, so.
I mean, you can
Yeah,
listen to our class.
yeah, that would be cool. And some bode what me.
What's that?
Am I muted?
No, we're not muted.
Okay, I want to be muted. before I- Should probably be muted. Why is it like that? That's annoying. And I'm sharing my screen with all my vids on here. Okay.
3 weeks. Also breaking tonight, once nicknamed America's mayor, former Trump attorney Rudy Giuliani, tonight testifying for nearly 6 hours before a special grand jury in Georgia. His false claims of election fraud. What we've learned tonight, Steve Insomnia.
Okay. Right here.
Can everyone see it? I don't think we really care about seeing everyone, right?
Hi, Bojo. We're gonna go ahead and get started. How are you guys doing today?
Why is this
Can everybody hear okay? Okay. Well, if you guys could stay on, mute, there'll be an opportunity for y'all to interact as well, but definitely thanks, Mike, and for requesting everyone to be muted. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. So glad y'all are here.
Okay, bonjour, Benoit. Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. I'll step in front of the camera so you guys can see me. Welcome to class number 2. We're going to talk about humility today. The Dabasindoin is how we say humility. All right, and we're going to make sure that everybody can hear really quick.
Pointing at the good. Okay, good. No.
Okay, but Kevin said yes. Okay. All right, how about this? If you can hear me, why don't you give me a thumbs up on the screen, please? Thank you, Emily, I appreciate it. Thank you, Dwight. Thank you,
Good,
Beth. I
it's okay.
appreciate it.
Okay.
What's wrong?
Mike and Debbie, can y'all hear me?
If you want some time. Just
Okay,
have
rock
us
on,
do it.
rock on.
Have someone-
Perfect.
someone else put it, take it.
Awesome. Thank you, Suzanne. I appreciate it.
Okay. Good. Yeah, I'm glad. Thank you.
All right. Now,
Ready?
today we're going to start with a prayer. This is actually the first prayer that I ever learned. It was in a language packet that Justin posted a long time ago. I can't quite remember, but it was when I was in my senior year of high school. So it's been a minute. But I'm first going to say it out all the way through, and then we're going to go through the sentences and learn it through. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask at the end of this slide. How mamagos ng nagwedstrak siya ko kagish toy Ewi Madmoygo, Phenomenal Mazo and Mine Jitmoy. Guadmeshnak, Dinwin Maganok, Iguin, Eel. Creator, thank you for everything that you've created. We pray for only good health and health. Watch over all of our relations and heartfelt thank you. Yay. Eel.
Moving on.
Well, you can say something. We like to start with prayer, when we can, just to kind of open the space in a positive way. We didn't get to do that on our first class, but that's something that we would like to do for each class. We're zooming.
You want to go through the words right now with the prayer? You want me to?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we'll just go word by word. So, how mama goes non? Miigwech. Dog Shigego. God Gishtoinen. Awi. Mon Mo Yago. Mtano. Mano. Bamatoan. Mina. Jit Moen. Kuameshnak. And did win Maganak. Iguin. Ew. So we could just go line by line. So aha mama goshman. Miigwech Jock Shigego Gog Yishoyan.
Very good.
Awi Mod Moyago Mtano Mano Bamadwan Mina Jit Moen. Yeah, good job. Good. Kuameshnak. Did win Magnak. Equian you. Webs, thank you. So yeah, so we'll stick with that particular prayer and then we'll always try to start with it. So we're gonna get into a routine on the second class. So we're always gonna recap our introduction to, we spent a little time on it last week. So we were gonna try to break out all that, but we're just gonna have to do it. If you want to share, say it out loud, then we would appreciate it, but understand if we're gonna wait till next week to reveal that. But we will say, Bojo, Nijej Nakazian. So if anyone wants to answer, like, I go first. Stormy and Dejnikas, Jigwe Ondorum, Odawadmi, Indao, Shishibani, Nedabin Dogwis. Anybody want to volunteer? Good job. How do we get?
Does anybody on the Zoom want to go ahead and try and introduce themselves? We would appreciate it.
Sure, this is Kevin. I'll give it a shot.
Oh, Miigwech, Kevin.
Okay. Let's see. Bojo, Nopokonye, Kaginkishe, Nadejnikos, Mako O Nodem, Bodowadmi, Nada, Shishibane, Nebendagwis.
Oh, Miigwech. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. Anybody else want to introduce themselves for us?
I will. I wasn't able to come to the first class last week, but I've been watching it all week. So, my name is Amanda. I'm from Forest County, so sorry if I just butted in.
Oh, thank you. Definitely. Go ahead.
So Gabo Wabino Gishkokwe Nadej Nakash, Omik Nodem, Bode Wad Mikwe, No, Shishi Beni, I was struggling on this last one.
No, you're okay. Nedabin Dogwas. So there was,
Nedabin
yeah, so Forest County, do you know that one?
I heard Justin tell Courtney about Forest County, but I don't really know how I pronounce it.
I think it may be Kisanyaniak. I don't want to step out of place or say something out of place because I'm not positive, but I think it's Kisanyaniak, the cold.
Okay. I just write it down the way it sounds.
Rock on. I can send that to you later too. All right, thank you so much over Zoom. Anybody else on Zoom? If not, I'm gonna walk around the room and point people out. Awesome. Okay. Oh, Miigwech, Emily, go ahead.
Emily Dashnikas, John Kemasion, Dodam, Bollywood, Mindao, Shishwani, the Bandagos.
Rock and roll, Miigwech, we appreciate you sharing. All right, who am I gonna pick on today? You wanna introduce yourself? Bonjour, this is Tech Dashnikas, the document Dashnikas. Ko Ododem, Bollywood, Mindao, Shishwani, the Bandagos. Also, you guys can't see this, but her nails are immaculate. She has really good nails tonight. All right, I'll introduce myself now, just to get the flow going. So, bonjour, hello, you all. Madmo Japan Deshnakas. Unko Om Dodan, Bodewad Mindao, Shishibani and Pibindar West. Oh, now, anybody else want to speak over Zoom? If not, we're going to push on to the next slide.
I think we're good to go. Oh, Lakota. Go ahead, Lakota.
Bonjour. Manolita Queden Deshnakas, Mang on Dodem, Bodoi Wadmi Koyen Dao Shishibaniak Nodman Dagwas.
Oh, good. Great. And thank you for raising your hand.
All right, so today we're going to briefly talk about the writing system that we use here at the CPN. So the writing system we use is called the WNOLP system. It's the Wisconsin Native American Languages Project is where it came from. The orthology, or actually I'm going to just read off the slide really quick. The orthography used by Shishibaniak was created by the Potawatomi language team of the Wisconsin Native American Language Project, and that was made in the 1970s. And this is created from the Roman character alphabet. So here I have 17 consonants and 5 different vowels. And we're going to go over the pronunciation of each of the example words. Bigapto. Bigapto means run inside. Bigapto. Papaset. One again. Papaset. Good. Papaset is woodpecker. Papaset. Dabian.
Dabian.
Dabian. Dabian is a car. Dabian is a car, and that's the word that we used to use for wagon. Toto. I love this word. Toto. Good. Toto is bullfrog. Toto. Gabatawa.
Gabatawa.
Gabatawa. Very good. Gabatawa means to cook for someone. Kidwin. Kidwin. Kidwin is a word. Kidwin means word. Mesnebiaget. Good. This one's a little bit more complicated. We've got something called a glottal stop and next to the diacritical E. It just means that there's a slight pause in that area. So mesnebiaget. And that means an artist. Knockin. Knockin. Good. Noggin is a rug or a mat. Noggin. Wobbin. Good. Wobbin. Wobbin is the morning time. So wobbin. Yavyetse. Yavyetse. Good. Yavyetse means lazy. Read it slower. Yeah. Yavyetse. Yeah. Yavyetse. Very good. Born again. And next word we got is sin. Sin is a rock. Sin. I love this next word. Zaki. Zaki. And that's the word that we use for sprout. But what that's literally talking about is coming through the earth. Zog is to come through. Ki means earth. Zaki. Shigak. Shigak. Shigak means skunk. Now, this is also very similar to the word shigagosh, meaning wild onion. And if you know of Chicago, that is where the term comes from. It's our word for skunk or wild onion. So, Jeshmoy. One again, Jeshmoy is language. Jeshmoy. How? Very good. How is Oh, sorry, we have a little bit of technical difficulty randomly. Just keeping it spicy, keeping it fun. But how is more like an acknowledgement of somebody's speak. Or if you're familiar with someone, you could say a how or who.
I can't freaking see.
Someone's not muted.
Yeah, you may have to go through and mute on yourself. Okay.
Oh, well, they must mute. Thank you. Would be helpful in
All right, next word is Joe. I love this word, Joe. Joe means no. Joe. Very good. Next word is Jibat. Very good. Jibat is a ghost or spirit. Jibat. Now let's head to the vowels. We've got Anquet. Good. Anquet. And for that diacritical E, we've got Amquan. Amquan. And that diacritical E is going to sound either like or ah. Now for a regular E, we've got Edvisinduin.
Edvisinduin.
Very good. Edvisinduin is humility. Now there's multiple spellings of this, but it's typically either Edvisinduin or Edvisinduin. And next is Yodasol. Yodasol.
So the I makes that like long E, like the feet. That's that I sound.
Edvisinduin. Edvisinduin. Or Edvisinduin. And Yodasol means that's it. That's enough. Yodasol. Udon. Udon. Udon is the town. Udon, town. All right. You guys want to run through that super quick? Rock on, let's do it. Bigato. Papase. Dabian. Dodo. Gabatawa. Gedwin. Mesnebiaget. Ooh, y'all getting good. Knocking. Wobbin. Yabyatse. Sin. Zaki. Shigak. Jeshmoin. How. Jo. Jibet. Onquet. Amquan. Edificinduin.
Edificinduin.
Yodso.
Yodso.
Odon.
Odon.
Very good job. Good job, everybody.
And also noted, there's no R's, there's no L's.
Yes, yeah, we don't have all of the letters in the English alphabet. We just use their
Real smooth. I thought I was gonna go on right over. Okay.
All right. You want to take this one over? No, okay. All right, so
Didn't read what you wrote.
Potawatomi language is, it's a really verb-heavy language, so many of the words that are considered adjectives in English are actually verbs in language. So like, for instance, most of our colors are animate. So like green is actively being green, blue is actively being blue. So we just have a lot of verbs in our language. I think it's about 75% is what we're told, but I'm not quite positive on that.
I'll take this next thought. I can talk.
Can I talk in this microphone?
I can talk about animacy and inanimacy are important concepts in the language and change how a word is pluralized. So we've talked about this a lot lately, especially me starting as far as us separating as animate or inanimate instead of like where Spanish is separated by like he or she, like senor, senorita. It's either living or it's non-living. And it's not necessarily, like some things are animate that, aren't exactly like breathing, like your sweat rocks or your wagon, your pipe. And so, Reagan touched on how a word is pluralized. So the animate, the word for bear, ko. If it's animate, then the plural is going to change to end in K, coke. So ko or coke. And then inanimate is going to add the en to the word to make it plural. So doplin is the word for table, and then it would be doplin and tables. And then I'll read your third one. One of the many gifts in this language provides is the direct nature in the way that we speak in English. This could be considered rude, but in our language, it's far more respectful to be honest, direct, and to the point. And we just stay to the point because.
Oh,
Okay.
we're just revealing it all. There we go.
Why can't it just be like one?
I know.
I want a little point clicker. Okay, so some common terms and greetings. So we just always, me and Reagan agreed that we would just do language, like words, terms, things like that. So we're not digging into all the language-ish terms and stuff. So we're gonna go through their common word terms and greetings. Ginwa, you all, Ginwa, y'all. Shkena, geez, Wateya. Okay, then that's like the manly Wateya, and then Monkad, the monk. Wow, womanly. On it, son. Gego. Something or don't, so you could say gago, smoking, don't cry. Go ahead.
Oh, so on the Wataya versus Mom, is it who's saying it? So if a man would say Wataya, a woman would say.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be like a man would, it's just like how it is in the dictionary. I've heard a lot of people say Wataya and a woman too, so, but it just separated them.
Masculine to feminine terms, yeah. So typically I see mom used for women and Wataya used for women.
Kind of like that Nituko Nikon, I think, you know what I mean? Like something like that, where you can still say it. Yeah. So gago, something, or don't do nothing. So if you say chogago, that's nothing. just Gago something, or you could put Gago in front of command and say,
Yeah,
Gago
like-
Moken, don't cry.
Yeah.
Bageji, a little, Bageji.
Godak,
Godak,
Godak makes once or at one.
once or at one time. Ganovich,
Ganovich.
perhaps, maybe, Ganovich. What is it?
Perhaps, or maybe there's also another word besides gonna be.
Yes, there's croissant. Wanna go? Oh, we good. So we got some star students up in here.
Some people don't wanna say gonna be.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That really means like I'm gonna bet.
We definitely want to say it though.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. And then, so we got Bojo, hello. We could say how for hello. Okay, so Nijana, how are you, Nijana? Nijana, or Nijesh B'Madzawin. Yeah, that's a good. Nijesh B'Madzawin. Maybe if you haven't seen him in a while. Anwe Shishana. I am fine. Ija Anwe, I am still fine. We keep coach. I am sleepy. Ginja. And you, so you know that's your response to keep coach. Ginja, how are you? You know, Nijesh Shigayan.
Nijesh Chigayan.
Yeah.
Nijesh Chigayan. Going again, Nijesh Chigayan. Chigayan. Going again, very good. Nijesh Chigayan.
Manowabin.
Norman.
Manogish Nalque.
Norgish now.
Mano Debeket.
No, the bucket.
Bama P.
Mama P.
Bama Mina.
Mama Mina.
Bama Mina Goji.
Mama Mina. So on this page, I tried to get all the diacritical E's, but I have not figured out how to do it with my keyboard yet, so I just copy and paste them onto there. So down at the very bottom, that Mina at the end, that Mina has a diacritical E, not just a regular E. All right, do you guys want to run back over that really quick, just for phonetics? Okay, rock on, let's do it. Quinoa. Shkena. Wataya. Mamkad umak. Anet. Gego. Bageji. Godak. Genovich. Bojo. How. Nijena. Nijesh B'Madzawin. Ooh, good job, you guys. Anwe Sheshana. Isha Anwan. Keep course. Ginja. Nijesh Chigayan. Novavin. Nogish Naka. Oh, my bad. Nogish Nakwe.
Manogish Nalque.
Nogish Nakwe. Manoda Bucket. Bamapi. Bamamine. Bamamine Goji. Good job, everybody. Next slide. Now we're gonna watch a video about the 7 grandfathers. I know we kind of introduced the 7 grandfathers a little bit in our first class, but we didn't get to talk much about it. So I wanted to show you guys the video that we have on our YouTube page that kind of talks a little bit about it, so you guys get a broader understanding of it. Any questions on the Zoom before we head into that? Oh, I see a chat. Let me check. Yes, no problem, Mike and Debbie. I've got y'all. I'll make sure to have yours for next week, okay? Anybody else? Any other questions? Yes, I know. It took forever to figure out that diacritical E. I'll get there one day. All right, let's go ahead and start our video. Oh, just kidding. Just a teaser of the video.
Nisha got your web up, Nui. What happened, Nui?
I broke your vase, Michelle. I'm real sorry.
That's okay, Nui. Me wench could get wet. Thank you for telling the truth. That is one of the 7 grandfather values. Honesty.
Hey, Michelle, I have heard you mention these 7 grandfather teachings before, like respect. What are the rest of the 7?
Well, Nui, they're respect, love, truth, honesty, humility, wisdom, and courage.
Why do you call them 7 grandfather teachings?
Well, Nui, there's a story about them.
Can you tell me the story, Grandpa?
In the past, times were hard. Many people died of diseases and war. Anishinaabe tradition tells us that there were 7 grandfathers who were given the responsibility by the Creator to watch over those people. They were powerful spirits. The 7 grandfathers recognized that life was not good for the people. They sent their Shkabe as helper to the earth to walk among the people and bring back to them a person who could be taught how to live in harmony with creation. 6 times this spirit messenger went to earth to try and find a person worthy enough to bring back to the 7 grandfathers. 6 times the spirit messenger failed. On his 7th journey, the Shkabe was traveled each of the 4 directions. Just as he was preparing to return, he found this Pinoches, a young boy who had just been born. This Gigabe boy was innocent and hadn't yet been corrupted by the influences of the world. He was still closer to the spiritual world. His eyes and ears had not yet opened to the physical world. The Skabewis found the boy asleep in his Tukanaga cradle mold. The Skabewis took the boy, but left a pouch of sama or tobacco and a piece of the child's clothing, so that the parents would not think a wild animal had taken the child. The Skabewis returned to the 7 grandfathers with this small child. One of the grandfathers told the Skabewis the child was too weak and young. He wouldn't even stand the sight of them or the sound of their voices. The Skabewis was told to take the boy back to the earth and to teach him about all creation. The Skabewis journeyed all across Mother Earth, from one corner of the earth to the other, teaching the young man about how to survive and how to live in harmony with the earth. They even traveled into the star world. It took the Skabewis a long time to instruct this child about the way to live a traditional life. Herein lies one teaching. We have to take our time and teach our children the various teachings of our ancestors. We have to instill in our children the values of our people and teach them the importance of each and every day and not to take those days for granted. The Gigabe boy was 7 years old by the time he returned from the grandfathers in the sky. The grandfather saw them approaching and realized the boy had acquired a strong mind and natural curiosity about the world around him. As they got closer, the 7 grandfathers' wives, the boy became afraid. He realized that the Shkabe was in fact his Jishe, his uncle. In traditional ways, the boy's uncle is often seen as the second father to a young man. The Shkabe told the boy, "Gaggle Zagzagan, don't be scared." As they approached, the grandfathers asked his uncle if the boy was ready. The uncle replied, "Konagad, he's ready." Grandfather said, "Begad, come on inside." As he stepped in, he noticed the lodge door open to the west. He had learned in his journeys that only spirits were built from the west. Most lodges were built with the lodge opening to the east. As the boy entered, he noticed that the grandfather were all sitting in the east. The direction his uncle had told him was for wisdom. They were dressed in beautiful clothes, and their hair was white. The grandfathers talked to the boy without even moving their lips. Their thoughts simply entered the boy's mind. They explained how the boy had been taken as a baby to his parents, and how one day they would expect him to return.
The first grandfather pointed to a cup, a vessel that was covered with cloth made of one of the four directional colors. One grandfather said that yellow stands for the east, red for the south, black for the west, and white for the north. That these colors also represent the four races of man the Creator placed on the earth. The grandfather pulled the cloth back and instructed Gigabe to take a quick look inside. The boy saw colors he had never seen, beauty which couldn't be described, and a sense of calm and peace came over the boy. He saw yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Things which could never be imagined flashed before the eyes of the boy. The first grandfather reached into the cup and brought out a substance on his hand, and he rubbed it in the Gigabe. I give you this gift, said the grandfather. In turn, each grandfather reached into the vessel and gave a different gift to the boy, till all seven had presented him a gift. The boy was returned to his people with a huge shkamot bag to take back to his people. The burden was quite hard and the gifts quite heavy. The otter, Gedede, accompanied him on his journey. The otter took turns helping the boy carry the bundle. Along the journey home, the boy and otter stopped 7 times. Each time they stopped, a spirit would appear to them and explain the meaning of each of the gifts. The gifts were Dabanawan, love, Dabanawan, Wadasewan, courage or bravery, Wadasewan, Edvisinduan, humility, Edvisinduan, Wekwadzuan, honesty, Wekwadzuan, Widitanmoan, respect, Widitanmoan, Boakawan, wisdom, Boakawan, and Debweb, truth, Debweb. The spirits also taught the young man that there was an opposite for each of these teachings, sometimes called the 7 rats. He would need to be careful to instruct his people in a good way, so they would understand these teachings. Each time the boy and the otter stopped, they found a McGee shell and would put down some salmon, tobacco. Each time that they stopped, they would stay for 4 days. In the spirit world, time moved much slower than it did on earth. So in 4 days, many years would pass. The boy grew to manhood and finally became an elder. As the man arrived back at his village, he saw that there were Getamoxic, poor and pitiful, and hungry for the teaching which he was bringing. He first ran into his parents, who were quite old, as he himself had white hair on his head. He told his parents that these gifts represented the power, love, and compassion of the Creator. He then proceeded to the center of the village and began telling the people of his trials and tribulations along the way. He gave them the gifts of the 7 grandfathers. Debana, love. To know love in one's life is to know a sense of peace. Love is not something we demand, but instead something that is earned and given freely from the goodness of your heart. Wudatanmo, respect. Respect is to honor our traditional values and teachings, honor our families and others, and to honor ourselves. It's also why we don't put drugs and alcohol into our systems. We have to care for the gift of life given to us by the Creator. Boakau, wisdom. Oftentimes there are many teachers in our lives. Both people and animals can teach us lessons on this life's journey. Be wise enough to learn from your mistakes, and remember that you won't make the same poor choice again. Learn our traditional teachings if you can. Sometimes this comes with great sacrifice. You may have to travel where traditional people live. Remember when you approach an elder for traditional knowledge to offer salmon or tobacco, and to possibly give them a blanket or gift depending on your request. Wekwadzu, honesty. You have to live your life in an honest, upright way. You can't deceive others. You have to do the right thing, even when it's difficult or uncomfortable. Remember that the choices you make today affect the next 7 generations to come, and also make sure they honor the previous 7 generations. And the humility.
Humility is to understand yourself as but a small piece of creation. You're no greater or more important than an ant. Every creature has a purpose and a reason for living, just as every man or woman has a goal, a reason to be put on the earth. Strive to find that reason, and then do the best you can. You have to remember to keep a balance in your life. It's okay to be proud of an accomplishment. Just don't gloat or rub your accomplishment in the face of others. Wadas said, bravery or courage. Wadas said, bravery involves the way that we live our life. Sometimes it's not easy to live a traditional life. Sometimes it's not easy to face personal obstacles, but head up, even when we know the outcome is not going to be good. Always strive to make positive choices in your life, even though it might be difficult. Deb Webb, truth. Deb Webb. To know the teachings of the 7 grandfathers is to know the truth. Try your best to live by these standards of living. No one is perfect. The Creator knows what is in your heart and can tell when you're trying. Be true in everything you do. Be true to yourself and to your fellow man or fellow woman. Understand these teachings and use them in your daily life. He also told them that there were 7 opposites which were dangerous. He told them that there are 2 sides to everything, a physical side and a spiritual side. We have to work to develop both inside of us to live in a good way, and we have no moments in life. The man told the people that they should listen to their dreams and fast for spiritual guidance. Suddenly, the people had a new sense of hope and encouragement for a bright future. The people realized that life was a delicate balance in order to live in harmony with several of other.
Neat story, Michelle. I still don't understand those completely, like humility and courage.
Let's listen to some different people in the community to get a better idea of what these mean.
Boakawa, wisdom.
To cherish knowledge is to know wisdom. To have wisdom is to know the difference between positive and negative and anticipate the results of your actions. Personal wisdom starts when you are able to listen to and use the wisdom of elders, spiritual leaders, and healers. Wisdom is given by the Creator to be used for the good of all people. Wisdom runs through and binds together the 7 teachings.
Debana, love.
To know love is to know peace, and to love yourself is to live at peace with the Creator and in harmony with all creation. Love is based upon affection, respect, kindness, unselfish loyalty, devotion, and concern. Love your brothers and sisters and share our greatest gift from the Creator with them. Love must be given freely from the goodness of your heart, for it is given freely to you from the Creator.
Wadatan Lord. Respect.
To honor all of creation is to have respect. Show respect for the value of all persons and all things by polite regard, consideration, and appreciation. Honor our teachings, honor our families, others, and ourselves. Like love, respect is given freely from the goodness of our hearts.
Wadase, bravery. To face life with courage is to know bravery. Bravery is possessing the personal strength to face difficulties, obstacles, and challenges. Bravery is standing up for your convictions and doing what is right, no matter how difficult. Bravery is never giving in and never giving up. Wekwadzu, honesty.
Honesty is being truthful and trustworthy. It is being honest in both action and character. Walking through life with integrity. Be honest with yourself first. Recognize who and what you are. Treat others honestly in a caring and considerate manner. Honesty keeps life simple.
Edvasindor, humility.
To accept yourself as a sacred part of creation is to know humility. Live in balance with all life, take pride in what you do, but accept praise with humility. When giving thanks, do so in a spirit of deference or submission. Recognize and honor the equality and value of all living things.
Deb Webb, truth.
To know of these things is to know the truth. Faithfully apply the teachings of our 7 grandfathers and trust in the Creator. Be sincere in action, character, and utterance. Be true to yourself and true to your fellow man. understand it, speak it, live by it.
It was nice listening to different folks talk about what these 7 grandfathers mean to them.
So do you understand them better, Nui?
Yeah, these are the values our people hold as important.
And, yeah, that's it, Nui. I'm not perfect, Nui. I struggle sometimes to live up to some of these values. But like they say, the only thing perfect in creation is the Creator. I really got to work on that humility sometimes and remember to give stuff away if I don't need it. They say when you give stuff away, it comes back to you 3 or 4-fold.
Maybe this would be a place to start with giving stuff away, Michelle.
Cute. Okay. You want to do your slide, your slide, and then I'll move on to mine? Okay.
We hope you guys enjoyed that cute little video. I surely enjoyed the little animatronics. I think they're cool. The Basendo in humility. Literal meaning is, in the language, is the lowering or degradation of one's values. In Oxford Languages definition, they define humility as the modest or low view of one's own importance or humbleness. A question that I want you guys to ask yourself for today is, why is humility an integral part of learning this language? Why do you guys believe that it's important and necessary while learning this language?
I'll come back to mine. Oh, okay. You want me to talk about mine?
Oh, yeah.
Humility section. Look over, you still on there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, we're gonna sing, you gotta humble yourself in the eyes of the Creator. Are you ready?
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I remember all the verses.
I waited all week. I waited all week to tell you that on here. Okay, so I gathered some information about humility. And then when Maganak, we just said that earlier, and Jaganaganon. So those are 2 phrases to say all my relations. So we must be aware of the balance and equality with all life, including humans, plants, and animals, when we say all my relations, and acknowledge that we are no greater or less than any living creature. So I always think, really, it's that song. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Reva wants to sing it. I see it in her eyes. But it just like names, like the 4-legged and the 2-legged and the winged, and it's just that we're all living creatures, and nothing's greater or less than any of us. Humility is displayed in many forms. This includes compassion, calmness, gentleness, and patience. We got to be, patient and gentle with each other, ourselves, our children. I think it's really awesome that we got some quick in here, and that's cool. As women, we have to remember that we need to portray all of these values to each other at all times, and just makes a good environment when we all show humility, and it's okay to be how we are. This teaching plays an important role in learning language because we want to be humble always, be kind always. We never want to be full of pride and unwilling to learn and treat people and treat our peers as equals. So one thing me and Reagan talked about is that we always want to be kind and be humble and not laugh, but we laugh at ourselves, but that's okay. But yeah, I think we do a good job, and like, no one's gonna come in here and really laugh, so that's kind of given. But if you want to go back a screen for me, then we'll jump into that. So We decided as far as like the culture thing, no one really like hit us up, with some Q&A. So we just kind of like thought that the medicine wheel and the 4 sacred medicines would be good to talk about this time. So we will start in the east where everything starts. Why is all this stuff? We got some spelling mistakes. I don't know. But it's Wechmokek is the east direction where the sun comes up. So we touched on like the 4 races of people. So I was always told it was like, Asian people. The life cycle was birth and childhood, kind of where everything starts. Element of this direction, Shkode, fire. The medicine of this direction is tobacco, SEMA. This is so weird.
It did a silly little thing.
It made it really, yeah, 'cause I don't spell wrong. But no, yeah. So tobacco, SEMA, I wore my medicine pouch today because I actually lit some tobacco this morning because I had extra time, which I usually don't. And I had a special prayer for one of my friends. So that's just, whenever you are asking for something, it's always proper to give a little tobacco, offer it. I do not know.
What it was trying to say.
I don't know what we were trying to say. Maybe asking for traditional knowledge, something in ceremony.
SEMA is
the visible thoughts and prayers to communicate with Mama Ghost on, it looks like. That's where I was going. Which Geshate, where the hot is, the south.
They're good on this sheet if you want to look at this.
Okay.
Oh, rock on. I'm glad that it printed right.
Really worried that I just like
Some of
didn't,
the fonts have been doing that.
spell
forever.
check or something. Yeah, I'm really sad at myself.
Tobacco.
Yeah. I know, right?
I want to say a little bit closer to the computer side.
So you can hear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, mine.
So the south, which Geshate, where the hot is, so it's the red color of the 4 races. So I was always taught that was like natives, Mexicans, the life cycle of youth and adolescence, where you're not yet a adult. The element is earth, Sagamakwe. The medicine is Kishki, which is cedar. I was always taught that cedar was a woman's medicine, and in ceremony, whenever you lay the cedar as a form of protection, or you make that line from your sweat rocks to the sweat lodge, that's always something that a woman does and a woman cares for. And it's also used to purify the body from disease and protection. The western direction, let me look up. The northern direction, which Kissinya, where the cold is. So it's the white color of the 4 races, the life cycle of being an elder. The element wind, Nodin, medicine, Pamishkos, sweetgrass. Sweetgrass is said to be the braided hair of Mother Earth, used to keep evil away.
You did good, Ross.
And then the west, Wedge Bageshmo, where the sun goes down. Black, the color of 4 races, the life cycle of adulthood. The element water, Bish, the medicine, Wabshgabiek, sage, used to purify the body and surroundings, and smoke promotes good health. So we always smudge and, or I usually smudge with sage, and I always do with sage whenever I put those 2 words together, just a fun fact. We were gonna smudge today, but it's not the right time for us, so. For a minute. Okay. Want to go over your content and resource list and your, oh, we're gonna do the question words.
Yes, and also just quickly, Emily, I actually do not know the answer to that question, so I'm going to ask Justin and I'll get back to you on that. But that intrigues me as well. I actually have never thought about that. Why do we have the N at the end of Jagannath and a K at the end of Ndinwin? And because we were talking about the inanimate and the animate, so that's a really interesting question, and that's something that I haven't thought about yet. So thank you, I appreciate that. I'll definitely talk to Justin about that and get back to you on it. I love this, by the way, we love that. Like, ask your questions away because we are learning as you learn. All right, so we have come to kind of the end. We've got just some question words at the end. These are just our regular who, what, when, where, and whys. I just wanted to go over those super quick for you guys so you can get a feel for them and maybe use them in your day-to-day if you need them. So when you jump, good. When you jump means who? When you jump. So when you look over there and you're like, when you jump, what? Who is that woman? When you jump. What ninja? What ninja means what? What ninja? What? What do you got? Ninja pi? Ninja pi? Ninja pi means when. Ninja pi? Ninja wi? Good. Ninja wi means why. Ninja wi. Nipija? Napija means where. Napija, where. Nija. Nija. Now, I've seen Nija as how or what. So if you look, you can see at what earlier on, we've got the wet ninja and then Nija. So you can see the Nija in both the words and they can be the same thing. So Nija can be how or what, and wet Nija can just be what, to my knowledge. But next is Nijia. Nijia. Good. Nijia means which. All right. So let's go over those super quick. When Nija. What Nija. Nija pi. Nija wi.
Nija wi.
Nipija.
Nija.
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 Nijia.
Nija.
Yeah, that's it. Good job, you guys. Now, over here, we've got a content and resource list. We've got both of Justin's YouTube channels, our CPN dictionary, which also will connect you to, I think, videos. Yeah, so check out the dictionary. The dictionary is pretty cool, and we've been working a lot on that. Quizlet study site, that is just for one of my classes that I have on there. I have a few different classes on Quizlet that you're welcome to join. It just helps me a lot. There's games on there, all sorts of stuff. Gakin Daso, he or she is educated is what that literally translates to. But that's where we're doing our high school and college courses, as well as an intro to Bodewad Mingwen. So check that out. And then Memrise. Memrise is an incredible study tool. We use that a lot. There's a lot of flashcards, and there's also games on that side as well. So I like that a lot. And then we've got our Facebook page. This is just for our Bodewad Mingwen like gathering page where we just talk about content and where we post videos. So yeah. Anybody go?
Where do you do it before that?
On the dictionary, yes, okay. Yes, so on the dictionary, there will be audio for all of the words. If there isn't audio on some of the words, then we're working on it, we're getting there. But for the most part, most of them have audio and also resource audio, so audio from elders that have passed on or speakers that are not here with us. Any questions over Zoom?
Looks good to me.
Looking good. Okay, rock and roll. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this class today. Today is kind of another set of introductions, just some small greetings and just to hear those phonetics and such. Let me know if those links work. I will send this PowerPoint into the email list this evening after class today. And all of the people that shared their email address last class in the direct message, I was not able to get their email address because it didn't show up on our recording. So if you could, yes, for sure, I understand. We are definitely working on that. If you could send me an email, that is a surefire way for me to have your email. So Stormy, will you write my email address in there? And yours as well?
And their pronouns and tolerance is a quiz.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so Potawatomi is kind of a gender neutral language. For the most part, all of our general terms are not going to be gendered. So we have few terms that are gendered, so specific to like relative terms. Men will have different words for relatives than women will. But yes, Kwe means woman and Nene is man. I've heard Ayakwe for two-spirit, but
Okay, yeah,
I
thank
don't
you.
really have a resource on that. So I don't normally write that down. But yes, Kwe is female and Nene is male. And those are our emails in the chat. Go ahead and send us an email. That way we will definitely have it.
Is it Nene?
Nene. Nene. What?
Man?
Man would be Nene.
Singular, plural?
Okay, you're one.
Yes, also, I will make a note of this to the people in Zoom as well as the people in here. I am hearing impaired, so please yell at me. I cannot hear you. Oh, big witch. I appreciate y'all. Anybody have any more questions?
What about the first class?
The first class?
I missed that.
So I have a PowerPoint that I can email. Do you use email? Yeah, I've got a PowerPoint I can email you. Oh, okay. Well, I can print you out one. If you come back to next class, then you can get I don't think we are grammar tomorrow, no. But I will get you a packet from the last class as well as this class. I don't think so. Zarted.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, very good, everybody. Me good. I appreciate y'all joining us. Did you guys enjoy the class today? Give me a thumbs up if you did. If you didn't, give me a.
I'm sorry I missed most of it. Would you mind going back through the words with me so I can hear them?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, let's go through some.
I appreciate you so much. I just got off work right now.
All right. If I could control the mouse. Yeah, 5:30 next Wednesday. So if you want to go back over and review, we're more than happy to, and you can tag along and we'll just run through the words again, pronunciations, but if you have other obligations or anything, you're free to tag out too.
Yes, Bob, I can do that. I will add you to the email list. Send me an email, Bob, and I will have your email, that way I'll have your email and I can add you to the email chain. And I will send you the information from last class. And also good.
Yeah, bon appetit.
Bon appetit. Bon
Thank you all.
appetit.
All right, so you just want to run through it, or you want to go some, you run through it?
No, I can run through it.
Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and go over the words super quick. This is just an introduction recap. So
I'm
there's
sorry, we're all
your,
crazy. Hold on, I'm sorry, we're all crazy. Okay,
will you go ahead and mute for me? Oh, me,
Devin, can you mute?
Oh, yes.
Miigwech.
All right, miigwech. Okay, we're gonna start with the aha momo bosman miigwech jakshige bopa historian. We mat moi for phenomenal tomato and mineshit mo. Kwa meshna kungin win mogno ikuyen yo. Momo bosman miigwech jakshige bopa historian. We mat moi for phenomenal tomato and mineshit mo. Kwa meshna kungin win mogno ikuyen yo.
We're gonna put our stuff up, so.
All right, and forgive me, I'm gonna be running back and forth from the computer to so I probably won't be able to. Oh, aha, miigwech Bob Whistle, I appreciate that, sir. I'm glad they've been helpful for you. We really hoped they would reach a wide audience. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and run back to the screen. Okay, so writing system used by Shishibanya. Shishibanya is the way that we refer to ourselves as CPN members, the DUC. WNOP system is the Wisconsin Native American Languages Project. The orthography used by Shishibanya was created by the Potawatomi language team of the Wisconsin Native American Language Project in the 70s. And so this is just the system that we use today. So example words for our consonants, we've got bidgupto to run inside, papase for woodpecker, dabian for car, toto for bullfrog, gabatawa is to cook for someone, kidwin is a word, mesnebiaget is artist, knockin is a rub, wabin is morning, yabietse is lazy. No, okay. Let me go and stuff. Sin is a rock, which I think is cool because rock and roll, sin, I don't know. Anyways, Zaki is sprout, shigak is skunk, Jeshmoy is language, how is hey or like an acknowledgement, jo means no, Jibet is a ghost or spirit. And for the example words that we have for vowels, our vowels that we have in our alphabet are A, the diacritical E, I, and O. So on quit, seeing a lot of technical difficulties. Can you guys still see?
I can still see. I'm just moving like, I can see it up in the corner, the vowels.
Can you guys still see perhaps? Oh, you can? Okay, awesome. I'm so glad. So over here, our screen just died on us. So I'm just gonna go ahead and turn the camera to me. What's up, y'all? Let's go ahead and finish this.
I can actually hear
So
you.
for our
Stormy.
vowels, we've got some example words. We've got onquit for cloud, onquit. For the diacritical E, we've got amquan, and that means spoon. And that diacritical E can be like or like Skoda, Skoda, like that. And then for the E, we've got Edpasenduin, which means humility. For I, we have Yodso, that's enough. And for O, we have Oldon. Rock and roll. I'm so glad you guys are joining us. Okay, let's see. About Bodewan Niguin. So our language is really verb heavy. It's different in English in that way. English is not even close to as many verbs as we have in our way. Like, for instance, I've seen inanimate and animate spellings of colors, but the animate version really intrigues me. So like green is actively being green, so it's a verb. Animacy and inanimacy is important concepts because it depends on like pluralization, how you use the word in a sentence, and how you talk about the word. This language is a gift in the way that we speak so directly and to the point and very honest. In English, it's considered rude, but in our way, that's how it is. So we've got mko for bear, mkok for bears, topuen for table, topunen for tables. All right, so now we've got some common terms and greetings. So ginwa is you all or y'all, ginwa. So you'll hear me say a lot like bonjour ginwa, like hello you all, how are you? Shkena is geez. Watea is wow. Mamkadgamak is also wow, but mamkadgamak is more of a woman's term and watea is more of a man's term to my knowledge. On it is some. Gaggle is something or don't. Bagaji is a little bit or a little. Godak is once or at one time. Ginovich is perhaps or maybe. Ginovich. And then rock and roll. Bonjour is hello. Bonjour. How is also hi. It's not really hello, it's more like an acknowledgement to someone, but it's something that you would say to someone that you're comfortable with, someone that you've already been introduced with, and like a buddy. You wouldn't say how to like someone you're meeting for the first time. You'd probably shake their hand and say bonjour. Nijana means how are you? Nijana. Nijesh Bamazian means how are you living? Nijesh Bamazian. Anwe Sheshana, I am fine. Anwe Sheshana. Ij Anwa is I am fine. Ij Anwa. Keep kosh means I'm sleepy. I'm always keep kosh. Paneshanan keep kosh, always sorry. Ginja, and you? Nijesh Chagayan. What are you doing? Noabin. Good morning. Mnogishnakwe. Good afternoon. Mnodabaket. Good night. Bamapi. Later on. Bamamine means later again. Bamamine goji. Later again somewhere. And I was always taught that we don't have goodbye in our language because it's too final. And I was taught that we will always see each other again in some way. So it's always later and not goodbye. All right, and we did watch a video, but through the link that I sent you, you'll be able to watch the video. It is like 15 minutes long, so make sure you have time for it. But it does touch a lot about the 7 grandfathers. And the Basendoin means humility. The literal meaning in the language is the lowering or degradation of one's values. Oxford Languages defines humility as the modest or low view of one's own importance or humbleness. So one question I would like you to ask yourself and really think about is, why is humility an integral part of this language? How do you think that humility and the language coincide and how they help each other grow? I think it's a good thought to think about. Sorry, I'm saying a lot. All right, and this is the medicine wheel and the 4 sacred medicine teachings. Stormy talked a bit about this, but we have Wishpamishkos, which means sweet grass, and that represents the north for winter. And in the east, we've got Sema for tobacco, and that represents spring. In the south, we've got Kishki, which means cedar, and that represents the south and summer. And west is Wapshgabyak, which means sage, and that represents autumn. And typically when I hear people speaking about the 4 medicines, we always start with the east because that's where everything begins. Ndinwin Maganok, and Jaganaganon means all my relations. Ndinwin Maganok, Jaganaganon. And I'll let you go ahead and read through on all this. And here's a little bit more language so we can go over that super quick. Wenija means who? Wenija. Weknija means what? Weknija. Nijapi means when. Nijawi means why. Nipija means where. Nija can mean how or what, but typically how. Nijaya means which. Right. And also on this content and resource list, just click on all of that. All of it's good content, I promise you. And let me know if you have problems getting to any of the sites from the links, because they were being kind of finicky with me earlier. But yo, bien. I hope you enjoyed. This is like as it give. Hold on, let me try and see what this I like as it gives who. Oh, you like how all the who, what, when, where, and why questions put on the same page. I tend to also, because those are very common in the English language, like we typically use those a lot. But does anybody have any more questions, any statements, anything they would like to share? You have the floor. I am here for you.
Well, I just have a question, and I may have missed it too, is the structure of the language. So like in English, we do, you said that it's verb heavy, but when you're using like question words, do you position the verb before?
Well, we're going to go ahead and close out class for tonight. Thank you guys for joining. I will have the video to this link ready as soon as possible. I will let you guys know as soon as we are able to get it posted. Language, yes, I can't hear you. I'm sorry, but it does show that you're not muted, so I don't know why. Sometimes these computers can be quite finicky. Oh, the structure of the language. So like word order, essentially. Technically, how I was always taught, yes, okay, so how I was always taught is that word order isn't necessarily important, other than you want to put the most important thing that you're speaking about in the front of the sentence. And also, as you learn more about conjugations and how to say certain phrases, sorry, I lost my train of thought as soon as it came. Oh yeah, like for instance, saying like "gagoketkeni," "gagoketkeni" means don't say that or don't say it. But it's important to know word order, and you'll learn more as you progress in the language, as you learn more terminology and see more things written out. And also hearing people speak helps a lot. But yeah, I would say just the most important thing at the beginning of the sentence. Question indicators, net, is typically going to be after the first word. So like, "Gabaktane," are you hungry? Ga, the G at the beginning, talking about you. Bokta, talking about hunger. And na is a question indicator that is going to be put at the end of the sentence. But since the sentence is only two words, I hope that makes sense. And we will go a little bit more into that and help it make a little bit more sense as well. But yeah, does anybody have any more questions? You guys have been an awesome class. I think today's class went really well. We're really grateful that you guys joined. Yes, next Wednesday as well. It's going to start at 5:30, same time as this. Last time we didn't get the recording of the Zoom. We got it Monday, and I was out of the office for 2 days, and so I was only able to send it out today. So that's likely what we're going to continue to do. We're going to send out the recording the Wednesday before the next class, because I think that will give us all enough time to be able to get the recording done and posted and sent out to everyone. Yes, I will be sending out the recording every week. I will. It just is kind of more of a matter of when we get it, when we have everything finished and ready to go. But I will let you guys will be the first to know. And you guys really have to join us in person sometime. We had nachos today and they were really good. All right, no more questions. Everybody groovy? Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys. I hope you all have a good evening. Yeah, good night. I'll see you guys later. Well, if I could figure out how to turn this off. I cannot figure this out. Oh, I figured it out. Okay. See you guys later.